So Al, how do you like my quick turnaround on your question here? I made a little video for you, and I had to go out and get another degree to answer your question. I had to get a PhD in perspective drawing, and no, seriously, it's a fun question. I haven't thought about it very much, and actually I thought about it enough to realize that I really don't have any fancy math to show you on this. Let's see. So here, first of all, here's this painting I just kind of blew up in my little video. That's one of my favorite paintings of my wife's, and that's got a perspective aspect, and so does this other painting I like of my wife's. This one's off of Cape Cod, the bike path we so enjoyed for almost 10 years. One of many. Cape Cod's got a million bike paths, and this is this photo right here was or this painting of a photo actually was in Glacier Park, where my wife and I met, not too far from exactly where we met 45 years ago. Anyway, so Al, your question, there's really not much fancy math here. I'm looking at my time. I've got about less than a minute here. I made that 1 minute animation. Anyway, this animation runs for a minute. The easier question to answer is if you're standing on Earth and you see a distant object, one way that its distance can be measured is really subtle angle measurements from the surface of the Earth. So if you go from this point, say, to the opposite point and measure the angle of elevation, or the angle of declination, whatever you want to call it, and you get an angle measurement to the object. So if you're standing on two ends of the Earth, you're going to slightly see an angle. You're looking down, very subtle. You never work with a naked eye, but with fancy science instruments, you might be able to come up with an angle. And then a simple right triangle trig, stuff that you and I learned back in Mosney High School in basic trigonometry, probably even in 10th grade. This is taught in 10th grade anyway nowadays. Then I'm going to start this animation again. Then if we go to, I'm looking at 2:20, I want to cut this off at 3 minutes. Then if you are looking at just a vanishing point, if you establish any vanishing point for your painting, then it's simple proportions. This is definitely 10th grade math or even 9th grade math. You just write a proportion. There's two similar triangles in my little animation here. So if your vanishing point, if your illustration is halfway out to the vanishing point, if you want to put something halfway out, so then it would just simply be a proportion to see what distance you have to go out. I think your question was how far should X be? And if your vanishing point is put out, say at say 10 units out here, I'm just randomly picking a point then, and you want, you said 2 units to be shrunk down to 1 unit. Then if you're out here, say 10 units, then you'd go 5 units, half that distance, to get the height. It's a simple right triangle. Not even right triangle trig, it's simple proportions. So no fancy math to share with you here, Al, just some pretty much 10th grade through 10th grade math. Next time, send me something I can use some calculus on. I love that. That's my favorite topic, actually. So anyway, Al, I hope this was a little entertaining anyway.